Hello. Hopefully this is on. Okay, so if we go into the middle here, what we've got that ring thing. It's basically I think I should turn off the particles so you can see that properly. I managed to find where they've put, where Crytek have put the things. What? They keep moving things around, but it's quite efficient. It's quite. You don't see many people using the CRYENGINE these days. I don't know why. You know, well, obviously there's not much tutorials going around, and it's quite hard to use and to work with sometimes. So how's this looking? Wow, it's looking, wow, amazing. This thing. There's a lot of, I mean, see this shape? That shape is just coming up everywhere. It's just coming up a lot. This shape. Is it focused in? Oh, it was out of focus, I had to click it. So, I mean, it looks like there's more than one ring, doesn't it? There's only 3 rings though. You got the star at the poles. And it's quite amazing, isn't it? Wow. Right, it's quite strange that, isn't it? So just go away from it. No. Okay, just minimise that. Go and watch a puppet streamer if you don't like it. Right, so I got a new e-bike. Right, let's talk about these because I'm just getting annoyed, man. Let's talk about these. Right, this is just some new interesting photographs that I've taken. Right, so I got my new e-bike a while ago, like a couple of months ago, and right, what I done, right, I cycled into Glasgow, right. I was all over the place. All over the place, man. I was cycling up Pop Street, Silky Hall Street. I went into Central Station. I went into Greg's for a sausage and bean pasty and a cup of coffee. I chained my bike up outside in the Central Station for half an hour. Went to Greg's. I was all over the place, right? Just going into the city. So I've not been into Glasgow for a while, and I've come back. I've cycled back. Then I looked at my my trip time, and it was exactly 4:44, which is quite amazing. That it was like triple fours. It was no other number, not 4:45, not 4:46, but 4:44. After everywhere I had went as well, it's just really weird. So these triple numbers keep popping up all over the place. Wait, let's go through these. Right, there's a couple of these that are new, and that I've not. I mean, that I've not talked about. Wait, this is fucking strange. Okay, see this? See this? Right, this is a panel that's outside the path, the river leaving down there. The river leaving. It's got all these. Well, see all over Loch Lomond, right? You've got these notices, and they just tell you about about the what used to be on the river banks and what used to be here. Right, it's just notice boards that you find like when you're walking along the path, right? But look at that. Look at that. Right, so see this one. See this notice board that's like 5 minutes away from this flat. It's just right on the river. It's just right on the river, right? And it's just really strange that that's there. Okay? That's there. And then it's really, really strange that that is there. Okay, so see these things, I've been making these for years, you know? And it's all inspired from the movie Contact. And I wanted to actually talk about that as well. Okay. See the movie Contact? That was actually inspired from a person called Ezekiel. Ezekiel in Ezekiel's wheel. And so basically, see that thing that I've made in the CRYENGINE, it's basically inspired from Ezekiel's wheel, which is strange, you know, because when I made it at one point, well, I put the rings together and this fucking 6-pointed star showed up, really amazingly. This, right, but basically, see, because I'm trying to explain that where this all came from. See, if you look back at my work, I've made a few of these things. They're just basically like a sphere with rings around them. I've been making them for years, and I've only lived here for 3 years, right? And so this thing is like down there, just at the river. And I've been making a similar object to this here for years and years. And then I came up here and I seen this notice board, and I was like, wow, that's kind of really similar to one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it's that's one of the most that's the most amazing thing I've seen in my life, is this. It's hard to explain, right? But basically, see, all this type of things, it's all inspired by Ezekiel's wheel, who described a wheel within a wheel, and you know, it was glowing with amber in the middle. It was some kind of chariot that was seen in the sky. Yeah. And so basically, see the movie Contact, that was inspired by that. And the reason why I've been building these machines is because I've been inspired by Contact. Right? And so basically, see what I've worked out. I've worked all this out, right? So see this machine here. This has basically been inspired, third party from, what's that word? From Ezekiel's wheel. And I didn't realise that because I watched the movie Contact years ago, and it was, you know, that machine that they had was really, it was wow. I was just wowed by it, and so I thought I would recreate it, and I've been recreating it in the CRYENGINE for years and years and years. But see, my latest version of it, my latest version of it is just, it's a star appeared on the poles. But basically what I'm trying to say is that this and the movie Contact was inspired by Ezekiel's wheel. Right, let's move on, right? You see, this is strange. See that pendant I had there, I've got a new one now. It's like a Star of David in a circle. That's the old one. That got launched into the wall, into the wall. By mistake, actually. I had, something was happening to my computer. I couldn't get it working, and so I just launched it into the wall, and it got stuck, like that. But see, the thing is, see the hexagram that's on this wall here. I don't know if I can turn this round. It's still in the wall. It's still fucking there. Right, so see that's embedded in the wall right next to the hexagram. It wasn't intentional. Right, and it's kind of lined up with the centre. Next one. Oh, this is strange. Wow, look at this. Wow. These are just random pictures, right? Wow, look at that. What in the heck is going on there? remember that video I made of, it was like a portal that opened up in the sky, and the clouds, and directly behind it was something that was directly behind it was like something that was hidden. There was like a light. Don't know if it was some kind of light source, but it was being obscured by clouds. This is the same area, but a different day, different year, and I've just taken a shot in the dark mode, in the night mode, and it's come up with all these weird streaks. See them? See these weird, ominous black streaks? Like, wow, it looks really ominous. You know, you can tell it's been taken in night mode. It's pitch black. It's dark outside. It's pitch dark. Okay? You've got these weird streaks. I don't know what they are. Okay, see that? Next one. Portal in the sky. Another portal. It's quite an amazing one, actually. This is at the Barton Football Club. I was down there that day with one of my friends that I don't speak to anymore because he's a rat. Yep. We discovered that he was a rat. One of my best friends that I've known for years and years and years and years turned out to be a rat. I'm telling you right now. You wouldn't believe the things that this guy's been doing. Okay, so this is a portal that it just opened up in the sky when I arrived there. It kind of happens a lot. You can see these like ripples around it. I see these things a lot. And this is zoomed in close up of it. There's like some kind of oval portal. And you can see it here. Wow, look at that. So you've got the Barton Football Club here. And it's next to the Barton Rock. The Barton Rock, you know, it's a peculiar geological feature that sticks out of the ground. It's like a volcanic plug. Apparently it's 350 million years old volcanic plug, and it's just around about here somewhere. I've got a picture of it. But you can see there's like, there's a definite, look at that, right? It's like an oval shape in the clouds. And you've got like ripples, it looks like ripples around it. And you've got like light beams coming from it. It looks amazing. I mean, I see these things and I just instantly take a picture of them. For some reason. Got a large collection of quite interesting pictures, you know. Oh, wow, look at this one. Wow, you've not seen this. This is I was experimenting with particles in the CRYENGINE that have got collision. Okay, so what I've done is I worked all night on this. I was just sitting like making this. Okay, so I'll tell you what happened. What I done, right? First of all, I made a terrain, a level with terrain, had a really high quality, nice texture on it, like nice rocky lava kind of feel on it. I made a peak in the terrain. Okay, so I basically made a mountain in the CRYENGINE. Right, I've not done that for years. Right, and I was experimenting with the particles, and so there's particles here at the top, like shooting out of it, and then they've got gravity, and so they're falling back and they're colliding with the side of the terrain. And so what you've got there, and you've just got like a glowing how would you say that? Like a sheath around the. It's hard to explain. I've not got this level anymore. I don't think. I think I have, but it's kind of. So basically, this changed over this period of a few hours, man. Right? It just changed, and so I was changing the particles and all that, and like different functions, different okay, so I started to basically, I could see it here. Okay, right, so can you see the mouse? There it is there, right, because it's white, you won't be able to see it, right? So see these particles shooting out here like a volcano, and they're falling back down, right? and they're colliding with the terrain, and so it's covering the terrain with a kind of. Ugh, that's hard. I can't even do the words for that. Anyway, I made a few changes in the parameters, right? And this over a space of a few hours, it ended up looking like this at one point. Right, this is not like a screenshot. I took this is a photograph of the screen. It ended up looking like this at one point. It was all changing, right? But at one point, it started to look like that, and I'm like, what the frick? Look at that. I changed some parameters of the particles, and it just started to look like that. And I mean, look at it. What the heck? And there's other pictures of that, but they're not in this folder. Oh, wait till you see these ones. Wow. Wow, man, this is this is the most amazing photograph I've ever taken. The next one, right? Apart from the ones over the mountain are pretty amazing, but this is equally as amazing. Right, so what I've done here, I was on my old e-bike, and because I remember what I was doing this day, right? So I was cycling up to Ballock Park. I was just cycling around, just cruising around the park. And I decided to stop at some point and have a smoke. And so I've sat down on the grass and I've looked to my left, and I've seen this glowing glint through the trees there. Okay, the glowing thing, and it's a reflection from a window. It's a window that's open halfway, and the light was just at the right time, but it's reflecting. And basically, what it is, look, you can see it here. Oh my god! Look at the shape of it. It's a 6-pointed star, and it's got like fucking angles and all that. What the hell? Look at that! What? It's like a perfect Star of David, 6-pointed star, and it's coming from an open window that's just at the right angle, and I was just there at the right time. And it's produced this 6-pointed star. But what's amazing about it is how straight these angles are. Look how straight they are. There's like angles. It's a 6-pointed star, like a Star of David. And it's the most perfect one that I've captured. See on the left side here. You can see that there's the indentation there, so there's the spike there, the angle there, the triangle. On that one is a bit, you can't really see it, but you can clearly see that it's a 6-pointed star. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Amazing how light can form that kind of shape. And if you look at a lot of astrophotography photos, they've got like 6 spokes, and it's like, well, why does light form 6 spokes? And I mean, you can see this with your eyes. If you look at Venus at the night sky, if you look at Venus when it's dark, and you look at Venus, you can see 6 spokes coming from it. And it's just strange that why bright light sources create 6 spokes all the time. I don't know why myself. If I showed this one, basically, I mean, look at that. I see these all the time. This is when I was on my boat and I was sailing away from. Well, what would you call it when you're on your boat and you're moving? What's the terminology for that? Sailing? We've got no sail. Rowing. I was rowing. So that's what you would say. So I was rowing my boat. There's Ballock here. That's Ballock, and there's a big eye in the sky, like the whole town's watching. Sometimes you feel like that. Obviously, the whole town can't be watching you. I mean, they've got their lives, They've got their lives to do. They can't be like all watching us awake people. But we know there's something like that going on, obviously, because there's fucking skies in the eyes. I mean, eyes in the sky all the time. That they've been watched by God and by the secret societies. And I mean, see this one. It's not over the mountain. The mountain is on directly over the other side. This is the town This is an eye over the town. See that? I mean, you can see when it's in a smaller thumbnail, you can really see it. Wow, look at it there. You can clearly see that it's a... That's not a natural cloud formation. Okay? See if you think it is, you want to shut up. Because we're sick of you naysayers. You want to just shut up and wake up. Look at this, man, look. Can you see that eye? There's like a blotch of cloud there, circular blotch of cloud. There's a gap. There's an oval. There's like eyelids. There's a clear eye over the town, and it came up just as I arrived here on my boat, and then the town started like looking at me like when I was away from the town. Like there's Balak there, Balak, right? And so when you're sailing away from Balak. You know, you've got the mountain down that way, the mountain range. You know, there's a fault, the Highland fault in the middle of this loch. Amazing. There's a fault in the earth halfway across this loch, mate. It's an amazing place. Here we've got hexagonal feature in the sky. I think I've shown this a couple of times. I'm going to go over the ones that I've not shown and the amazing ones that I've got new information about them. So that's a hexagonal feature in the sky. I mean, have you seen a lot of the sci-fi movies recently? A lot of the Marvel movies are showing like hexagonal features, you know, when they go for a portal. What about that, the Guardians of the Galaxy, who's like, oh, you can't jump 100 portals at the same time. It's not healthy. You know, their eyes pop out, like, oh. Well, I've seen these a lot, like hexagon things in the sky. In the clouds, hexagonal forms in the clouds, mate. Look at it, and it actually looks like an eye as well, because the sky people, whoever could control the weather and make shapes in the fucking clouds. I mean, look at. By the way, that's actually quite interesting. By the way, they've got another picture, right, and it's a Star of David inside a pupil and an eye in the sky, and it was just after I had seen something similar. But see, looking at that right now, I'm seeing that that's an eye, and the pupil is a hexagonal shape. Okay, there it is there, zoomed out. There's basically an eye in the sky with a hexagonal pupil. Okay. More random things here. This is Half-Life 2. Did I put this in the other video? Half-Life 2? Half-Life... No, this is Alex. Half-Life Alex. It's a VR game, but I heard there was a mod that you can download and play. And you don't need a VR headset. Okay? And so I was just running around the level, just... well, I just thought I would see what it was like, you know, this game, Half-Life Alex. Then I came up to a point, and it was interesting. I wanted to, like, because it was crashing, so I had to get rid of it. But I mean, there's some interesting imagery on the walls here. If you want to take a look at it, there's some interesting imagery on the walls in this game. And it's apparently it's telling a story, and you could. I mean, I've looked at it, I've studied it, I can see what it's saying. It's quite self-explanatory what they're saying here, you know, and it's kind of, you know, I mean, see, they've got the drop ships, you've got the it's all there. If you look at it, you see that it's telling a story. What you've got here, you've got what do they call the varmint or something? Okay, look at this. But they things, they head crabs. Look at that. What's that? What's that? Right, look at this. What the, look at that, look what that is. Look, it's right in the centre of his forehead. What the fuck? Right, you got this tower. Look at this tower. Look at these people. Look, they've got circles around their heads. You know that? He got a big tower with the sign. You know, the sign of Half-Life was like a tool that he's got in his hand. It's a crowbar. I mean, it's symbolic. You use your brain, man. What do you think it is? Right, anyway, here's a sundog. This is another amazing image, and it was just strange the way I seen it. And we went to the toilet, you know, standing up, overlooking the unit in the toilet, and I've seen a reflection on the see the windowsill, I seen a reflection on the windowsill. Of this, I seen that in a reflection of the windowsill, and I've like, what? And so it's reflecting something that's in the sky, and I've went out to look at the window, and I've seen a sundog. I've never seen one of these before, and it was so bright. It was so bright. It was like a second sun. It was like a part of the sky was like reflecting the sun. It was really strange, and there wasn't one on the other side as well. There wasn't one here. There wasn't one there. There was just one. And the sun was incredibly bright that day. It's pretty strange, isn't it? Sundogs, you call them. Really, I mean, how? Apparently, it's some kind of not optical illusion, but anyway, just go and look it up. There's a closer view of it. It was like a second sun. Can you see that in the camera? Let me zoom in. I'm looking at the camera and it looks a bit saturated, so I'll zoom in. You can get a look at that though. Okay, let's move on. That's another shot of it when I went outside, and that's what I seen in the sky. But it was just really strange the way I seen it. It was reflected off a surface. There it is again from behind the window. Wow. Oh God. I don't know if I want to talk about this. This is weird. It's just too strange. Did I talk about that last time? I think I did. You need to go back to the video if you want to know what that is. By the way, I've not played GTA V since this happened. I've not played it since. Right, next. What is that? Oh. Is this yeah, it is. Wow. Right, see, basically, you can, I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up on the camera here. Oh, you can. I'm looking in the viewfinder and I can actually see it. What we've got here, above the mountain, only last month, well, sorry, it wasn't last month, it was after I had a vision in my, of a 6-pointed glowing star in my forehead. And I looked in the centre of it. I sat in the bed and looked in the centre of it because it drew me into the centre, and I seen an eye, a single eye. See, this is the next image that I took after that, and I've only just discovered this in my photographs. And what we've got there is you can clearly see it. Look, there's a hexagram. There's a hexagram there. Can you see it? And it's inside of an eye. You can't really pick it up on the camera. It's really faint, but I'm looking in the viewfinder and I can see it. I can see the straight line here, the straight line there, straight line there, the straight line across there is kind of barely visible at that point. There's a straight line going down here and you can see the points. Straight line here, you can see the points. Point, 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 point. You can see the gaps, like, you know, like the Star of David. There's gaps there. So, what that is it's an eye in the sky, but see the pupil is a Star of David, and it's, look at what it is. It's right over the mountain. So these are like signs in the clouds again, signs in the sky. Wow, you can see that. I tried to put it in Photoshop so I can maybe bring it out more, but it just made it worse. So I've just left it as it is, and it's actually visible. I mean, look at that. Look at this line. Look at that. And so basically, I just wanted to explain this properly. I've seen that in the sky after I've seen a glowing golden Star of David in my mind's eye, like here in my, I've talked about that in my last video. And so basically, see how sometimes when I look at, well, all the time, I see them all the time. I can't look at the clouds like with any intention, because there's just things appear, and so I kind of like, I don't stare at the clouds, right? I'm not trying to make anything happen. But basically, a few weeks after I seen that glowing Star of David in my mind, and then I looked at it and I seen an eye in the centre, single eye in the centre. I've taken it. I've went down to the mountain. I've taken a picture of the sky, and I've seen an eye in the sky. Okay, but this time it had a hexagonal. It had a hexagram. It had a 6-pointed star inside the eye. Okay, whatever that means. Okay, I don't know. You know, I seen the last video. I kind of like maybe jumped to a few conclusions. I don't want to make any conclusions here, right? I just want to pose the information, and then for other people to make up their own minds. I'm not going to say exactly what I think is going on here. I think that's the best way to do it. There's another picture of the this is a different time where I've sat down somewhere, went for a walk, I went for a ride, and sat somewhere. And have you ever seen these? Well, you're overlooking like a view, and somebody's got a window open halfway, and it produces like a freaking, like a 6-pointed star, like it looked like a star, man. In the daylight, there's a point of light, and I'm like, what is that? And I've zoomed into it, and I'm telling you, this is one of the most amazing pictures as well, because it looks like an angel. Look at it. Look at the rays coming from the edge of it. There's like different coloured rays, and it's clearly got 6 points as well. And you've got, see the 2 points here, the north and south points, the up and the down points, the top and the bottom points. They're long, elongated, and these look like normal proportion, but the 2 points are elongated. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? It's basically what it is the sun reflecting on a window. It's just at the right angle, and again, it's produced a 6-pointed star from a bright light source. Still trying to figure that out. Apparently, according to science, it's something to do with the aperture in the camera, but it's not, because loads of cameras pick these up and they've got different apertures. It's nothing to do with the camera. Well, I think it has got something to do with the camera, but there's something else going on. They won't tell you because they're fucking lying to you, that's why. About a lot of things. Mate, we've seen that. Maybe that was a portal that opened up in the sky. I was camping a few months ago, and I seen a perfect portal open up in the clouds, and behind it was the moon, and it was like a perfect circle that opened up, and right, I was reaching for my camera. I'm like this. It's like pitch black. It's like dark. I'm reaching for my camera, and I fucking didn't get it in time, and it closed. It was a perfectly formed portal that opened in the sky. Okay, let's go for the new ones. I'm going to go to another folder now. Right, that's just the new ones that I had. Oh, look, there's another sundog. One time I was going camping. I've seen that. It's another sundog. Wait, let's go into another folder, right? I've got a new folder here. It's all about the number 888 that keeps appearing. The number 888, 888, 888. See, this year, I've seen more Triple Eights this year than I have in my entire life. Okay, so let's start with this one. We'll keep that one for last because it's the most fucking fantastic, that one. And they're all amazing. Right, so this is just this is me just doing a benchmark on my NVMe drive. It's just a fast SSD storage device, and I'm doing a benchmark of it. And that number come up, 888. Right? I see this a lot, but I don't take a picture every time I see it. It's just when I feel like it. But I've seen this number more, and I've never noticed it any time in my life. But I keep noticing this 888 all the time, man. And it's just coming up in all sorts of different places. Right, so there it is again on my lap time on this Automobilista. My split time was 888, and a lot of time when I was driving Automobilista and doing my lap times, 888 would come up on the split times, 444, 111, but it's 888 a lot of the time. Wait, this is the amazing, this one. You're not going to believe this. Right. See that? Right, I'll explain what happened here, man. Okay, let me go to the folder. Right, I've got a backup on my CRYENGINE folder, right? Go to my backups. Game SDK. Okay, now see in here. I don't know if you can see it, right? I took out objects. No, objects is still there. Objects is still there. Look. So I've taken out my levels, and the textures. These are recovered textures. Oh man, it's so strange. It's so strange. But anyway, what was left in that folder strangely came up to the number 888. Exactly. Can you see that? Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in because look at the size of it. It's 8.88 gigabyte. And listen, it's not intentional. I'm basically backing up my CRYENGINE folder, and I've took out my levels and the textures, and what was remaining added up to 8.88. I'm like, it's fucking mind blowing. I mean, I don't understand how that could do, but it's crazy. It's insane. It's sane. It's sane, actually. It's not insane. It's just a figure of speech. We're sane. Oh, man. Right, next one. Playing Forza. 888, my split time. Okay? And it happens a lot, that. on my split times when I'm... Not recently, you know, because my sciatica's kind of bugging me. On my toe, But when I'm comfortable... that number comes up all the time. When I'm driving, when I'm doing laps, and the split time is like 888. On the lap time, but I'm talking about Automobilista. My split times have been 888, but in Forza, sometimes that comes up, and I've never noticed it before as well. It's only this year. Okay, next one. No, this is the you've got the exchange rates for different kind of countries there for their monies. So as again, I've walked past my local town, and I've looked in the window and I've seen 888. Okay, here's another one, which is a bit strange, and I've never looked at this. This is the first time that I looked at my pilot profile on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It says 0 hours, you know, because I don't properly contact the ATC or kind of take off and all that kind of, so it doesn't log your flight time. And I was saying, if I want to take off, I just say I'm taking off, man. The ATC can shut it. Right? Yeah, well, check. That's it. I'm taking off. Boom. Don't mind all these checks. You know, obviously real life you want to be, but it's just a game. Oh, it's just a simulator. So if you look at this one, flight time by night. Flight time by night, 888. And it's the first time I've opened that as well, and I've seen that number. So it's my pilot profile for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The first time I opened it is a 888 on the night flight, because I like to fly at night because of the lights and all that. So there's another 888, and I've been, wow, there's another one, so take a picture of it. Next one. This is Moss. You don't know if you know Moss. He's a good musician. I listen to a lot of his music. And so at one point I was watching a video, and all these numbers just started to appear at the time. Wait to see the next one. 888 thousand views. There, and it's just, I mean, you don't see that number all the time, you know, but here's something as well. Here's something really freaking strange. So, I mean, I got a loan like last year, and I've had to keep some money in the bank for payments, and so I basically went to the garage, bought some random things. I've also bought a few things on eBay that I needed. Right, I've went to look at my bank. And look at the freaking, look, 888 in my bank. 888, look at that. Look, 5,000, but the 888 is there. It was, all this number just started to appear, like, all over the place, right? And then they got like some financial, you know, because if you look up the number 888, because these numbers just started, all these 888 numbers started to pop up at the same time. So if you look up 888, it talks about abundance and financial security and all that, and all that kind of thing. And then like, I mean, I'm starting to see all these numbers, all these 888 numbers, right? And you should have seen the first time I seen it. And it was crazy. It was down at the mountain, and I was reading about gematria, and I seen that the name of Jesus adds up to 888. And I was sitting in front of the mountain reading an article about gematria. That's when the first time I've discovered what 888 means there. But if you look it up on Google, it talks about abundance and things. So basically, I had this number appearing in my life, and at the same time, I got a loan. I got like a £6,000 loan. Right, so I mean, it's true. If you start to see this number, then it's like things like start to happen, you know, to help you. That's insane, that, you know, because I went to the garage and bought a few things, and I had just bought a few random things from eBay, and I went to look at my bank, and it was exactly, there's a 888 there. How is that possible? That's fucking, that is like otherworldly, like something going on there, man. Okay, now this, you can look at the date on this to see when that was, and it was this year. So run about the time, these pictures, they're all taken this year. All these pictures of the 888, they're all taken this year. So if you look at the date on it, it's the 28th of October 2023. They're all run about the same months as well. It's all recently, it's all this year. Okay, so run about all these times I'm seeing the 888 number, my email adds up to 888. I've got 1,888 emails. You know, because I don't delete my emails a lot, but it run about this time when I started to see the number 888, my email added up to it as well. Okay, now here's another one, right, Paul Van Dyke. Now watch these every week. He's been doing these sessions for, well, 888 weeks. And so the 888th session of Paul Van Dyke's Vonic sessions was the 8th of November. Wow. Yeah, so that came up as well, and I'm like, wow, all these fucking 888s is crazy, man. It's a bit mind blowing. So my new e-bike, right? The registration of it, the serial number of my new e-bike. Well. It's got 888 in it. and I've got another picture of that as well. Here we go. Right, look at the date on this, the 5th of December. So just last month, I've went for a cycle, just all over the place, you know, just random places. I'm going to new places, right? I fucking went past this sign. I'm like, wow, it's Dumbarton Golf Club, 1888. I get off my bike, took a picture of it, and there's a guy that's came up to me there. Yeah, that's him there in the shadow. He's a worker. What would you call people that work in a golf club? Anyway, he had like a high visibility jacket on, and he's came up to me and he like just started the conversation. And I am like telling him like I'm seeing this number everywhere, and I've just stopped. I've just cycled past this sign, and I'm like, Jesus, and I've just stopped and like because I was shocked, you know, and I've just stopped and taken a picture of him. And wait, he's done. He's given me this. He's given me this. I've moved the camera. He's given me this golf ball. It's got a shamrock on it. He was talking about the shamrock, and he was like, "Aye, it's like lucky and all that." I was like, "Aye, like 4-leaf clover, like from Ireland." Because I was just blown away that I'd seen this number, and the guy came up to me, right, that worked at the golf club, and he gave me this golf ball. It was like a lucky golf ball. It's crazy. I think if I've got a picture of this, I see this. This is my my registration for my e-bike. No, it's all registered and all that. You can't steal my registration. Make sure that. So they've got that number there as well. And that's the card I've got sitting up there. So it's been sitting on my table for the past couple of over the new year. That was sitting on my table. 888 in my registration for my e-bike, and I don't know how that happened either. I mean, I didn't know I was going to get a registration, but I mean, I'm trying to figure out how they came up to that number. Like, was my bike getting registered the 358,000 and 880? Is that right? Hold on, 300. What does that say? Is that 358,000? Or I don't actually know. Anyway, it's a big number. But anyway, it somehow came to that. And here's the other one. Going to GPUZ. Because I've got my graphics card has got 5,888 shader cores in it, which is the Gigabyte Aorus 3070, and it just happened to have 888 in it as well. I'm trying to think when I bought that card. Here's another one as well with 888 coming up, and we can go and look at this in the CRYENGINE right now. So see the original. See when I first put these rings together and it formed the interlacing. You can see it there, interlacing. It's absolutely amazing. See the interlace. Fucking hell. The first time I made this was see the number of the rings, the entities, the rings. They were 80, 81, and 87. So we go and look at that, right? Turn particles back on. It's inside the Earth, right? Whoop, not that way. But it's shooting out streams like that because the camera's not been facing it, and it's just freaked out. Okay, so we go on here into this. You know, I'm still like fixing all this up. Remember I said I had to fix all the lighting. You see that shouldn't be there. That's just a graphical thing because the particles are not started. And, anyway, wait, see, it's kind of cleaned up in here now, isn't it? It's looks kind of smart. That's the way I wanted it to look for some reason. So this is the original. What would you call it? Like, it was just 3 rings put together. 3 rings put together, and it created. You see how there's not any on the outside because these are the first ones I made. Okay, so if we stop it, and select these, if we can manage to select these things, but we can't because it's fucking huge. There's one. Entity 87, right? Entity 80, and entity 81. So I mean, that's 888, and it's completely unintentional. I've basically had a lot of other entities in this level. I've went to the create object, and I've dragged a new entity into the fucking level, right? From here, a new entity, brought it into the level, and there's another 70 odd entities in this level, and when I brought them in, the numbers have been 8. The numbers was 8, so this ring is 87, that's 81, and the other one's 80. And if you look at the first numbers of them, they're all 8, so it's another 888, and which is strange though, because this machine is kind of really extremely significant, and the rings it was made of is the number starts with 8. It's quite strange. And if you look at the outside ring, remember in the other video that I made, I kind of hastily deleted this ring, and I shouldn't have done that, so I put it back in because that was the way it was originally. Okay, so you had 3 rings that were the same scale, and then you had 1 ring that was scaled larger than the other rings, and it sat outside. And what it forms is an 8-pointed star. There's an 8-pointed star. And I mean, remember I was talking about the first video that I made and talked about this, I was like, oh, this ring doesn't do anything. Remember, I was like, this ring doesn't do anything, I'll just delete it. And I shouldn't have done that, because this was here when I made this. And you come to realise that, you know, when you make things, they're there for a reason, and you shouldn't change it. And basically, so I left that there, and I brought it back in because it was deleted, so I had to bring it back in. So I had to basically copy one of these rings, scale it up to the way it was. It's not the original one that was there, but that's the way it was originally. And if you look at it from this side, it's an 8-pointed star, and it's a very significant shape, that as well, you know. And I made it just because I felt like making it, not because I felt like it, because I can tell you right now why I made the rings like that, because it's proportional. It's all about proportion. Like, I mean, I put one here, I can't select it, and you've got one at a 45-degree angle, you've got one at a minus 45-degree angle, so it's just opposite. It's all proportion. I like how the angles are filled in as well, like, and it's really strange as well, because I'm going to talk about it, the other one right now. So if we go back in here and we look at this from this side, maybe if you want to turn the particles off, you see that shape? Here we could start it as well, because it looks a bit plain and boring when it's not spinning in it. And see that shape? Remember we figured out, we discovered that it's like, it looks like a chi row. And you know, the chi row is I've just been reading about this actually for the last night I was reading about it. And the chi rho is actually two symbols put together, and it's the apparently it's a monogram, a Christogram. A Christogram is an abbreviation of the name of Jesus, right? And I mean, wow, where's that thing as well? Look at this. See, I discovered this the other day. If we can find this, right? I discovered this the other day. Look at this symbol that's on. It's supposedly the tomb of Jesus' brother. No, it was the son of Joseph. Right, and look what's on it. Look what's on it. It's that shape. I keep seeing this shape everywhere, man. Apparently it's it's a basic form, you know. It's like sacred geometry, but it's. And if you look at this, it's the sorry of Jesus, son of Joseph. And it's got the same shape though, and I've only discovered this after the fact. You know, because I've recognised that this shape here, you see this shape? I also had to restart the video because my phone ran out of battery, even though I was plugged into the port on my computer. It just went off. So I got it plugged into the wall. I've only got 5 minutes recording time apparently, because I've just recorded an hour and a half 60 FPS video. Wait, so we'll just move on from what I was talking about, because there's a couple of more things I wanted to put in this video, right? See the doors for the cathedral? I've just realised, right, the texture for this doors is like back in 2018 I put it in. Look at the texture on the door. There's some really interesting reliefs here, and it's like depicting the things about Jesus' life. I mean, wow, what the? This is me just realising all of this right now. The door for the cathedral is depicting events in Jesus' life. And it's really weird. And see right now, see if you go into the cathedral right now in that level, I've got it closed right now because I've only got fucking 4 minutes left to do this. The only picture that's there, the only texture that's working is this one, and it looks like it's baby Jesus and Mary. They've got glowing heads, and see if you look in this one, there's a relief here, and their heads are glowing. Anyway, this is it. This is one here, and if you look, and you can see that sign, that symbol. You've got a cross. See the cross with the line through it, which is like the profile of that shape that we've just seen in the CRYENGINE, and the same as that ossuary. How do you say that? Ossuary of the son of Joseph, or Jesus, son of Joseph, has got that 6-pointed star on it. Well, if you look at depictions of Jesus, they've always got some kind of 6-pointed star there, and you can see him. He's inside of a Vesica Pisces there. It's weird. You know, you've got this. Remember this was in the cathedral as well. And if you look in the centre of it, you've got that shape. Look. This was above. This is Metatron's cube. And you've got the Star of David inside that. You've got the Seed of Life inside that. You've got a lot of geometries, a hexagon inside of that. There's loads of things inside of that, but at the centre, you've got that shape again with the cross and the line. Another one. At some point, I had the earth in the church. At some point, that was back in 2017. That was before the organ got put in it. Oh man, close. Right. There's this. See, this is just a random piece of wall decoration in the cathedral, and you can see it's got that 6-pointed thing again. It's all unintentional. What else have we got here? Here as well. See this? See this picture from from that level. I should load it up. I'll make another video and go over these. I've got more to talk about. See the centre here? In between, look at that. Look, you've got the seed of life. And you've got the hexagonal shape with the 6 points there. And look where it is. It's like right in its forehead, kind of. And if you know this picture, this piece of art, it's quite insane. Actually, that. Now I need to talk about that another time. Yeah, I've run out of time. I've not got any space on my phone to continue, so I'm just going to end it here. And yeah, see these other ones there. So see that one? See that? The Metatron's cube and the volumetric fog. That was back in like 2016, 15. I don't think anybody's ever done that. And anyway, so and you've got these ones. You remember this one? Remember this image? We see at the centre there. You can't see it in that picture because of the view distance was done. But see if you look at the centre there. This is unintentional. Look at the centre. There's like in his forehead. There's kind of that's the seed of life. And look where it is. It's all very strange. So I'm just going to like watch this back and kind of figure it all out. But yeah, I'll talk to you next time anyway. Take care.